Number 5 is Cam Coleman's now teammate, Eric Singleton Jr., transferring over from Georgia Tech to the Auburn Tigers this year. He's the best receiver who switched schools this offseason. He had great 2 years with the Yellow Jackets. Over 1,400 receiving yards over the last 2 years, second most among returning Power 4 receivers. Also, I mentioned before that game athleticism score metric that measures your size, your speed, your quickness, your agility, all that based off the tape and your GPS tracking. We have above the 99th percentile in that gas metric. He can fly on the field as well. He has track speed, ability to hit the home run at any point. 664 receiving yards on deep throws since 2023, leads all returning Power 4 receivers. So he is a deep threat for Jackson Arnold to use in this offense. I think Eric Singleton Jr. is the best transfer wide receiver this offseason.
You think Auburn's looking to get more explosive this year?
Yeah.
They're certainly trying to. I mean, obviously you got the young guys in Cam Coleman and the guys that they were homegrown from last year, but Eric Singleton coming over from Georgia Tech. The production didn't explode last year because they had 3 different quarterbacks taking legitimate snaps with Haynes King dealing with a shoulder injury all year, but Singleton's explosive. He's got all the speed in the world. He can get deep, and I think, again, it just shows you what Hugh Freeze is trying to do with this offense, going and getting a guy like Singleton to complement the rest of this. So, look, I'll say it again. If Jackson Arnold can throw the deep ball this year and he's protected enough, certainly better than he was at Oklahoma last year, this can be an extremely dangerous offense they have down there at Auburn. Singleton flying down the field, Cam Coleman flying down the field at 6'3". The run game is going to be solid because it always is under Hugh Freeze, and even Arnold as a part of that run game. Auburn's going to be a fun offense to watch. It's just, again, there's going to be pressure on Jackson Arnold, but if he can get through that pressure and he can be the dual threat that they want him to be and get the ball to these two guys especially, they're going to be really dangerous in the SEC.
I really think Auburn is like you said, dangerous team in the SEC. I think they're a dark horse playoff contender
and they
year.
don't have the most brutal schedule in the conference either. We've talked about a couple other teams that could kind of rise up, maybe a Florida, maybe an Oklahoma, but those two teams have brutal schedules. If you look at Auburn's schedule, it is not as bad as some of the other teams in the conference. There is a window here for them to succeed.
Absolutely. Yeah, one of the best receiving corps in the country. You mentioned before, 2 of my top 6 receivers at Auburn. Malcolm Simmons also coming back for another year as well. He's a really talented sophomore. 2, Perry Thompson's a talented sophomore they have behind him as well. Horatio Fields is transferring in from Wake Forest. He had a really good year at Wake Forest too. He had over 400 receiving yards last year at Wake Forest, so he's one of your backup receivers too. Better offensive line for Jackson Arnold than he ever had at Oklahoma as well. And then that defense, man, that secondary is loaded. Keldrick Falk looks like maybe a first-round pick at edge defender too. Yeah, Auburn Tigers are absolutely a playoff contender going into next year, which I know our social media director here at PFF, who's an Auburn grad, Zach Titillo, would have loved to hear that. I really think Auburn is make or break next year, it feels like, for Hugh Freeze. It really does feel like that. Hey, thanks for watching another episode of the PFF College Football Show. Please make sure you guys subscribe to the channel.
Also, subscribe to PFF Plus at subscribe.pff.com for all of the same data and grades that we use in our show, plus fantasy tools, betting tools, and our mock draft simulator.